We used to think we were living the dream. A city apartment, steady 9-to-5 jobs, but somewhere in the routine, we were craving more.
That craving for something different led us here, Hawaii. On a whim, we rented a campervan, and somewhere between the winding roads, sunrise coffees, and sleeping under the stars, we felt it. The freedom, the simplicity, the magic of taking your home with you wherever you go.
We didn't know it then, but Hawaii planted the seed. It showed us what life could look like.
When we got back, reality hit. Rent was rising, we tried to buy a home, but every offer we made, outbid. Over and over again.
We were unhappy at our desk jobs. It felt like the universe was giving us a sign, telling us to go in a different direction, to build something different.
After months of searching, we found her online. One-way flight to Ohio, and there she was, our soon-to-be home on wheels.
When Jordan got back to Nashville with the van, we knew it was time. Time to leave everything we knew behind. To say goodbye to the home we had built in a new city over the last 5 years. We packed our little apartment, the memories and the furniture. Somehow we fit everything that mattered into that van. We hugged our friends a little tighter, walked away from our corporate jobs, from stability, from the version of life that we thought we were supposed to live. And then we hit the road. First stop, Memphis, where we spent the next year and a half pouring every ounce of ourselves into the van, turning it into our home, and building a life we were finally choosing on our own terms.
For the next year, we poured every ounce of love, energy, and late-night YouTube tutorials into this van, right in our parents' garage, turning a cargo van into a tiny home, piece by piece.
We chased stillness and wonder through the lakes of Colorado, their glassy surfaces reflecting a sky so wide it swallowed our breath. We wandered through the gardens of the gods, where ancient stones whispered stories of time.
The soft sand of Florida's beaches wrapped around our feet, and then we were back in Colorado, among the springs and mountains that felt like home in another life.
We found mountain towns tucked away in quiet corners, each one sweeter than the last, little places that felt like fairy tales coming to life, where the unfamiliar became home.
In Wyoming and Montana, we stood small beneath the vastness. Valleys that rolled like waves, mountains that touched the sky. The Grand Tetons, Glacier, Yellowstone, each place creating everlasting memories.
We camped beside rivers in Canada, where the cold water made us feel alive. Yoho, Emerald Lake, and Banff, names that now feel like chapters of our story. Places we didn't just visit, but lived in, if only for a moment in time.
We followed the wild curve of the Oregon coast, and then we fell in love with the waterfalls of Squamish. The kind of magic you have to see with your own eyes. Mount Rainier, Mount Baker, the towering mountains of Washington reminded us how small we really are.
And of course, Forks, Washington. We ran across La Push Beach, laughing like teenagers, living out our twilight dreams, under a gloomy sky.
We stood beneath Multnomah Falls, the roaring water misting the air. Then chased warmth south, only to be blocked by snow, Crater Lake dressed in white, an early Christmas gift from Mother Nature.
And so California called. To Alabama hills, where the rocks and boulders were massive, shaped by wind and time. It felt like another planet, and we never wanted to leave.
Nevada welcomed us with fire-colored stone, and in the Valley of Fire, we lost track of time. We ended our van travels for the year at Lake Mead, where wild donkeys greeted us like old friends.
Then we flew east to Miami, to family, to the Caribbean seas, on a New Year's cruise, a pause that wrapped us in warmth and love.
Since we hit the road, we've seen things we used to dream about. Mountains that touch the clouds, lakes bluer than the sky, moments that made time stand still.
But it hasn't been easy. We miss our friends, our families, the comfort of things we once called normal. We gave up stability for a life that's unpredictable, and we do it all over again.
Because in just 1 year on the road, we've lived more, felt more, seen more than in our entire 9 years together.
If you're watching this wondering if there's more out there for you, there is. It doesn't have to be a van. It just has to be yours, your version of freedom.
Because life's too short to wait for the perfect time. Too short to follow someone else's idea of a dream. So take the leap, write your story, and maybe we'll see you out there.